the Raider Ragu show. And got a
Yep.
special simulcast again. So I'm going to let my main man introduce himself. I'm your host, Raider Ragu, but we're doing a simulcast with the No Big Deal podcast. And here he is.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the collaboration with They Follow from Burners and No Big Deal podcast. Like I said, my man, the Mr. Raider Ragu, and your boy, Chef Marv. No lie, I'm that guy. Yes, sir. The most feared duet is back. So let's get it cracking, man.
Yeah, you better know it, man. So, first of all, please like, share, subscribe,
So,
comment on the show, both of the shows. Also, don't let me forget my title sponsor, shebangboutique.com. SHEE Bang Boutique.com. Go over there and get your girl something fly.
especially for
Let's
Valentine's.
do it, my guy. What we got? What we got for the people today, bro?
Man, the chamber is loaded, brother. We have the all first team pro episode today?
The off-season chamber is loaded. The playoffs are going.
Yes, sir.
Uh, we will talk about that tomorrow on All Grind. We'll probably say a little something about it here today. But
Yes, sir.
mainly our purpose here today is to break down the first and second team All Pro.
Yes, sir.
So I'll go first, man. I'll lead us into it, my guy,
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
because I see my guy right here at the top. At the top of the list. The QB. So we just gonna say you agree or you disagree. You look at some numbers, talk about comparing some numbers when we get down to some certain players or not, whatever have you. First team QB, man, QB1, first team All Pro,
Hmm.
Lamar Jackson. I'm just saying, man.
Whoever has a problem with that, please go jump off a bridge. And I say that in the most professional way as I could be. But a lot of people will probably say Mr. Joseph Burrow should be on there.
And you know how I feel about that. It's the same argument
Hmm.
that I feel like Max Crosby had or didn't have for the DPOY last year. And it's the record, man.
It's just a
They
record.
don't they're counting that. They counting that, bro.
Yeah.
When it comes to voting for these awards,
It's all about the record, bro.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not all about you gotta have the numbers, right? You gotta be in had a great season at
Right.
your position. Don't get me wrong. But when it goes to like selecting you over guys that also had good years, they start looking at the record, man. They start looking at the record more.
Then again, I can't say that because I also see two other studs on here with not a great record. So is it really about the record?
Quarterback, you can only have one, right?
Right.
And I'm saying you got a lot of good quarterbacks. You mentioned Joe Burrow,
Hmm.
great quarterback.
Great quarterback.
Great season, really.
Led the league.
Outstanding.
He had the double crown, if I'm not correct. Is there such thing?
But
Passing
that's
yards
what I'm
and
saying.
touchdown?
When it
Yeah.
comes down to being first team all pro, another guy that had a great season, we're going to go with him because his team had the better record. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Mhm.
they do. This is what they do.
But
This is why
in the end,
TJ got more votes than Max last year. And this is why Miles Garrett got one DPOY
that's correct.
last year. That's going to be an interesting vote this year. But QB1, man, all pro, first team, my guy, LJ8. The LJ8 era is upon us.
The invention of the J5 games. I remember RG3 said this weeks ago, will Lamar Jackson have a J5 game to where there was a point where he was averaging 5 touchdowns a game? So, of course, and on top of that, he had more line of scrimmage yards, passing, rush, and all that. So, can't knock the guy there. I'm definitely gonna no argument there, Mr. Jackson. It's well deserved.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Congratulations, my guy.
No argument.
No argument there. Who we got? Let's see. Ooh,
All right, I'll go. I'll continue it.
one.
So running back. I don't think anybody's going to disagree here.
Mm-hmm.
Running back is a guy, Philadelphia, ran for over 2,000 yards this season. Saquon Barkley. First team all-pro running back. So tailback.
Can we just say that Saquon and Derrick Henry are the prime examples of new beginnings, new fresh start if you just get the right opportunity?
Man,
Wow.
I have to absolutely agree with that.
That is something crazy right there, man. Like you didn't revamp your whole career and did something that no one, and I mean no one from pros, high school, college, you done hurdled over someone backwards, man.
Yeah, at 200 and what 30 pounds, like Josh said,
Man.
and this is kind of what people envisioned when he was drafted.
When he
Remember, he
was
was an
drafted,
excellent player at Tennessee. I mean, at Penn
Penn
State.
State. Yes, sir.
Um, and we thought he was going to be all that, all everything. Giants, he did good,
Yeah,
but
he tried to be like Barry and make a situation work with what he had.
this, when you see him get on a good team, this is what
Man,
what we really.
this
This
is
is the type of stuff I really thought he was capable of doing. I ain't gonna lie.
can we say this was like more than what we expected? I didn't never expect to Saquon to get no 2000. And I think when he was in the draft and I drafted him, I was like, I'm gonna just take Saquon. He gonna probably get a
Yeah,
good.
you drafted him in
Did,
fantasy.
did not expect no 2 bands, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna say I expected it, but I'm not surprised that he ended up getting. He was one of the guys that ended up getting the 2000. It's not, knowing what I know, remembering what I remember about him in college.
yeah,
It's not surprising at all, man.
it's
The guy was a stud in college, bro.
facts, brother.
And growth stunted a little bit, then got hurt in New York.
A few times. And it was to a point where I was gonna dub him an injury-prone player.
And then got the hell out of there, bro.
Glad he got out of there.
The best thing. Yeah, it's the best thing for him. So shout out to Saquon, 2,000 yards, 2,005 yards.
But let me ask you something, though, and I'm not trying to hate on nobody. Is getting more yards more important, like more factor now because of game extensions? Like it's now 17 games to where you have players like OJ who did it in 14 and AP who did it in like 16 games. Does the record and more yardage matter now that there are more games and more opportunities to get these yards? Because I've heard a lot of mixed emotions about that. Saying, well, they didn't have 17 games to get it. And,
Give me
people
some
back in the
break.
day had, 15, 16. And I see the NFL extending. I can see in the next 10, 12 years, 15 years from now, I can see it being 18 games. Like for real.
Me too. Me
I,
too.
I can see it being 18 games to where they're gonna have
That's gonna
opportunity
happen.
to
That's
get
coming. Pause. That's about that.
okay. Because you're gonna see more, 2,000 yards and stuff like that. It's gonna be crazy. NFL about to be crazy.
So great. This is a great topic right here.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, let me start. Let me rewind. Saquon did not play in the last game, so if this 2005, he did achieve that in
Yeah.
16 games. Yeah, man. I think we got to have some new benchmarks, like 1,000 yards in 17 games as a rusher. Ain't what it used to be, right? Let's be honest, bro.
Be real.
Um, how are we gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, such and such was 1,000 yard rusher,"
Mm-hmm.
and compare them to guys that did this in 16 games? And even then, it was being downplayed, right? They was only like, "Oh, that's only 65 yards a game to get 1,000," and that was in 16 games. So now add another game in there.
Right.
You feel me? It's even less. So we might have to start looking at some different benchmarks. But at the same time, Coop, I feel like we've been saying, "Oh, he ran 4,000. Oh, he caught 1,000 yards. Oh, the quarterback threw for 4,000." We've been saying those benchmarks so long, bro. It's going to be hard for us to not believe that these players are still great players that are making these numbers. And don't get me wrong, they not trash.
No, not at all.
But they do have the extra ball game.
It's like
it is something I think that's going to be in the back of our minds.
It's like these players is now going to get more opportunities. I'm trying to say this without not sounding too crazy. These players are going to get more opportunities to break records now. Because, like I said, I could see the game being extended to 18 games,
18 games, yeah.
15 to 20 years. So, will the records matter like you did, before? Like I said, where OJ had 14 games, Dickerson had 16, 15 games, and, Adrian Peterson had 16 games to get to 2,000 yards and stuff like that. So
I guess it's like this, because as time went by, if we keep it at 1,000, wow, people start to forget about OJ, right?
I would never forget about OJ.
Well, but you have people younger than you,
yeah,
that they immediately start thinking about Barry, right?
True.
AP, Emmett. They don't even think OJ. You know what I'm saying? I bet you. I believe we even did that on All Grind. I don't know what show it was. We talked about running backs, and the young dudes wasn't talking about OJ, man. Right? And he was the only one to do it in 14 games. So guess what's going to end up happening? When, I'm an old fart, even more of an old fart running around here. More and more of these youngsters going to forget about all of the guys that did it in 16 games, bro.
Right.
You feel me? And it's just going to be, oh, he ran for 2,000. Yeah. He up there with such and such and such and such.
But that's funny
because
that, right?
They didn't see the 16 game guys.
Right.
You feel me? As far as they get away, the farther we get away from the 16 game season, and these dudes are setting these records in 17 games, it's the young guys covering the game, the young guys watching the game, the young guys playing, and are going, kind of push the 16 game and even the 14 game guys
right
out of there.
My thing is,
I would say even the 14 game. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
But I would say even the 14 game guys are pushed back now. Like Ditka, the records that Brock Bowers broke, whatever, and that's a spoiler alert. Ditka did that shit in 14 games, bro.
True.
And Coop, look at this. From what I understand, when Ditka came, pause, they had just start using a tight end in football.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
So there you have this guy. You feel me?
I know that.
Yeah. So it was a newly created position. So that adds to the reason why he went so house. So do we put an asterisk by his shit because it wasn't even no tight end a year or two before that? And he was athletic, one of the first athletic guys, and was able to do all of that to tight end because it wasn't really no meaningful coverages and shit for tight ends at that time. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
We're not gonna put asterisks by everything, bro. When
Right.
they balled, they was, these benchmarks are benchmarks, I guess. Cool. I don't know, man. This is a good one. This is gonna be a barbershop debate for years.
Oh, most definitely.
The
But that's
17, 18 game thing.
but that's why I also feel like with OGs like you passing the knowledge to me, like you and my pops, it's gonna keep on bringing up like OJ Dickerson and Barry and them, and then it's gonna keep it alive. That's why I think it's been alive all these years because you got people like you guys also influencing me, who I'm going to influence. And with YouTube being strong as it is, go YouTube Barry, go YouTube OJ, man. I think the legacy will always be alive there. And if as long as you bringing it to the right people, you're gonna keep it alive. I think it'll stay alive.
Good, man. And just like you're not gonna let the 16 game guys be forgotten. You
No,
feel me? When these 18 games are being played,
exactly.
you feel me? So yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Most definitely. It's all about how you keep it alive and how you keep the legacy going. You know what I
And
mean?
and those old cats, we take the dudes serious, man. Don't be saying, you feel me? Don't
You
be
cannot have
saying
a
that OJ wasn't a man,
I'm
bro.
gonna say this too, Ragu. You cannot have a running back conversation with my pops without mentioning OJ.
That's right.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
probably
Shit
Jim
like
Brown
that.
too, right? And
Like
probably Jim Brown as well.
that is like why my pops, you and my pops, y'all like the goats, bro. Because he gonna be like, hold on, you forgetting about a certain individual who played at Buffalo?
Yeah,
That's the
bro.
first thing he gonna
He
say
like, let's start right there, right?
at
Let's start
any
right there.
kind of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter dinner. I'm telling you, bro. Don't let any of these youngins come up in here thinking that they know more than my pops, bro.
And that's where we got to keep going too.
He gonna be like,
And
wait,
see, now you know. So you're not going to let it
exactly.
slide. You know what I'm
I
saying?
had to know what it was. I didn't hear about that. I knew, okay, the white Bronco dude, and I would hear his name in music and all this other stuff like that. But it really took like old VH1 tapes to know who OJ was. Like VH1 tapes, Ragu, of who
Yeah.
these guys were.
Yeah,
So that's
man. Played in Buffalo basically his entire career. Got a little bit of time, came out back out in San Francisco where he
yeah.
was
He said
from.
that. My pop said that San Francisco one that really kind
It
of.
wasn't.
No
He was
disrespect to you, Fame, but my pops was like, man, ain't nobody going. No real OG football head. This is what he said. No real OG football head is going to accept the 49er tenure that OJ had.
right. I'll give you a great comp for that. It's like when Zeke left the Cowboys the first time. Any of that stuff after that, do it? You know what I'm
Do it
saying?
really
Do we
count?
care?
Do it really count? No, it
Do
don't.
we even care?
No. Just like and that's
It's
what
like
what you
we
said.
stopped counting, right? His stats and shit after you left.
Like when Patrick Ewing went to the Magic. I was like, really? Does that really
See,
matter?
exactly, bro.
I was
Yeah.
like, come on now. Let's be real. Let's be 1,000 out here. Come on, man.
Hey, we could be here all day with saying it's like when such and such went to such and such.
It's all day. That should be another show topic.
It should. It should be titled something like they should have hung it up, but
That we
it
gonna
went
keep
to
that.
such
We
and
gonna keep
such.
that. We gonna write that down.
Write
Hold
that,
on,
write
yo.
that
Hold
down, bro.
on. Let's see. This is what we do, yo. I'm trying to tell
That
you.
was a good one right there. Cause man, I start thinking of a bunch of guys after you said it.
Shoot, that could be not just a that's just an NBA version and an NFL version. But then you
Man,
also have the one to where they shouldn't have hung, or it could be a topic of they should have hung it up, and another topic that they revamped their career by going like early in the show,
so revamps, yeah,
Saquon
yeah,
situation. So
by
okay, we'll talk about that.
the great change of sceneries in throughout the years,
We're
right?
gonna talk about that one. That's gonna be a good one.
And then they should have hung it up before they
Hung it
went
up.
to yeah. All right, we're gonna keep going.
Yes, sir.
So in Pro Football Writers, they do have a fullback for the All Pro team. Not many fullbacks in the league, man. A
When
few
did you
teams that
actually say that the fullback position will be extinct? I thought it would have been extinct by now. I ain't gonna not gonna lie to you. I thought it would be gone, not thought of, but there is still some solid fullbacks out there.
I'll tell you what, you, you are sacrificing a little bit of downfield threat. All right. But a full black that can block, bro,
Yeah.
and catch the football. All right. I feel like never cool. There's always going to be teams. There's always going to be schemes, coaches that use a fullback, man.
So
I bet you if we looked at the top rushing teams, that fullbacks.
one of them right here. This is a Baltimore guy.
I see his tailback ran for 1,921 yards, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And the first team fullback, Patrick Ricard from Baltimore. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They did the same thing in LA this season when Harbaugh and his guy got there. His name is escaping me now. Roman, right? Greg Roman.
Not about him. Roman. What about Mr. Roman?
Let me see. And
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Right.
I'm saying so this is why I was pausing because we want to see 187 yards a game, 3,189 yards for Baltimore, number one team in the league in rushing. They have a fullback. The Eagles was next. The Commanders was next. They have running quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the game last night. Jaden Daniels ran the ball at least 10 times.
Right.
Designed. We'd have to see Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Detroit, Arizona. Rounds out the top 10. Indy. They got Jonathan Taylor, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills has a running quarterback. To get it done, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you got to have a fullback or a running quarterback. How about that?
That's insane.
If you want to be a top rushing team in the NFL, you're going to have a quarterback that runs and good running backs, or you're going to have good running backs and a fullback.
Man.
Period.
Insane.
So, in a position where there's not many players, Patrick Ricard is the best of those players. So shout out to him. It ain't his fault. It ain't a lot of fullbacks. He's the best one, though.
Yeah.
He's the first team all pro fullback. We can move on because the next position is tight end, my God.
Well,
You see he's smiling and shit? Huh? You see he's smiling and shit, bro? Huh?
What'd you say?
I just said, you see me smiling?
I see.
Because the next position is tight end. All right.
Man.
All right. When in doubt, get the rock to Brock. And that is Brock Bowers, Las Vegas Raiders.
Man, round of applause, Mr. Rock Bowers, man. Need we say more? Well deserved too. No
Uh,
argument. No argument there.
no
Best player
argument,
in football.
right? No argument there. Um, what can we say? I was just looking at it. He was third in the league in catches. Jamar had the monster year,
Yeah.
right? Exploded with 127 catches. Jamar Chase, shout out to him. But then my guy Bowers is right there in third with 112 catches,
That's
most of all tight ends, rookie record, Raiders all-time record, 1,194 yards, I believe, 5 touchdowns. Bro, just came in and I mean, bro, we did our rookie show. Cool. This dude just came in and went first team.
And did you not call that a what? Did you not call that a what?
Crazy, bro.
Just
I was
said that.
hoping that he would make one of the all pro teams. I ain't gonna lie.
Here he
But
is
damn,
first.
this dude is and I don't think anybody is arguing or mad.
Why would they be?
I mean, seriously, I don't think anybody is tripping either. If they watch football,
Right? But you know what I just thought about?
that
5 years from now, 5 or 6 years from now, when we do an episode, another episode type of if they retire today.
yeah,
Could you
he's gonna
imagine Brock Bowers being on this show?
he's gonna be on this shit. Watch.
Dude, to have a all pro on your resume. First
Oh,
team
I could.
pro.
We could
That's
go.
on your resume now. As
We could
it's
start
only
with
the
the too
records,
early,
Ragu.
right? With our
To,
list, right?
yo,
Too early to tell. On pace.
probably if they retire today, they're in.
He's. I mean, I don't want to put too much praise on the guy too soon, but I
It's
mean,
not
wow.
about putting the praise on Ragu. Look at the resume. Now, if we hold on, I bet you off season, mid off season, let's say around my birthday, let's say around April, you and me, we Google Brock Bowers and we look at that Wikipedia page and we see first all team, tight end rookies, this and that. Man, that's a beautiful resume to start off with. Where are we really set?
You definitely don't see that.
Yeah,
That's not stock. That's not normal for a rookie to come in and shoot straight to the top of the. This is saying you were the best player at your position this season,
this season.
right?
Yes.
That's what this is saying. Of the good, all the players that were really good, you were the best this
Right.
season at tight end. That's what this says.
So,
Wow.
that says a lot.
Wow. So, as you know, Telesco got fired. I believe since we talked last, since we did the show last time, they had fired AP, but they didn't fire Telesco. Then now they did.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, this guy Bowers, should get Telesco another at least interview with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
Most definitely.
Vegas wanted to go a different direction, but Telesco could be like, bro, I'm still, that was me that did that. That was mostly on that.
Yeah.
And you gonna you know what I'm saying? This is what you gonna get when you get a guy like me at the GM. You feel me?
Point blank
I'm
period.
picking
Man.
solid.
Point blank period.
Yeah, Joe, go get him.
That's insane, bro.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, my boy, Brock, the Raiders. long bright spot for the Raiders too in the 4-13 season. So we happy for you, Brock, and man, help is on the way. Help is on the way. All right, man. So the receivers, they giving us 3. So they running they got too many people. But the formation, I don't know what it is, but there's a tight end, 3 wide receivers, and a running back and fullback. Anyway.
That's crazy. 3 receivers on there.
They give you 3 first-team wide receivers, and they are as follows. You probably know already, even if you're not looking at no list or anything. But it is Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow. No argument from them 3. All 3 of them had over 1,200 yards. Lead double-digit touchdowns. No argument there.
Yeah.
No argument there.
So Jamar's led the league 127 grabs, 115 for Jamar. I'm sorry for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Brock was third with the 112, followed by Trey McBride, Arizona tight end, 111.
Yeah.
An awesome year too. Malik, 109.
Okay.
And then the third first team guy here, Justin Jefferson, 103 catches, 1,533 yards. So he's second in yards. Right? He's got.
He had 10. He got like 10 TDs.
He's got like 180 less yards than Jamar and 24 less catches.
Wow.
So this dude was catching bombs. This guy had a 14.88 yard average.
Wow.
15-yard average this year. That had to lead the league, didn't it? Well, I mean, didn't lead the league, but the other guys that were up there didn't have nearly the yardage as him. Shout out to A.J. Brown and Calvin Ridley, though. They both average about 16 yards a catch.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson, about 15 yards a catch. Second in the league in yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, second in the league in receptions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 5th in the league in yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th in the league in yards.
I think he
touchdowns
too.
I got no issues with this 3.
Wow. Well deserved too. They're great three great playmakers, man.
I mean, yeah. Any quarterback would be happy to have any of these 3 of those guys.
Hell, bro.
All right, so left tackle. First team, all-pro left tackle. You got Tristan Wirfs, Tampa Bay. You know, I was watching them last night, and they called a penalty on him. And Collinsworth said, They must have meant 68, 78. Doesn't make mistakes.
Did they really say that?
He did, bro.
Wow.
So, you know, that's what he thinks of him. We didn't get any sacks when the Raiders played against him. So, yeah, I got no issue with this.
This is the second. Isn't it his like second one? This
I
team.
believe so.
He got one when Brady first got there, 2021. I think this is about his second first team. And then I think 2022
The
he had
Brady got there, he was a rookie, right? That was his
yeah,
rookie year.
yeah, like it's a Pro Bowl lineman. This is one of them 10-year guys we was talking about, man.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Super Bowl champion. He's man, started all 79 of his games.
First team All Pro left tackle in the National Football League.
That's what more can you ask for with that? I mean, come on now.
So, left guard,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Thuney from Kansas City. I hope I'm saying his name right, bro.
It don't matter.
Joe Thuney and the center is Creed Humphrey. Both of these dudes play for the Chiefs.
They lied.
It's hard for me to say good things about the Chiefs, man. I guess that, these dudes be holding, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
The
what I
line is
immediately thought.
terrible. That's what I'm saying.
They
The
gave
line is
these dudes
helping
all
good.
pro, whatever,
This is
though.
one of those you didn't have any other options.
And there's plenty of options.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, I have a major issue because, like you said, these guys hold a lot, and the line has been inconsistent this year.
And that guard be home.
Yeah.
Both of them made.
I mean, is the
I
writer seeing
didn't.
something that we don't see? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's really going on here? Are y'all seeing something that we not, or
I think they got to this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys on offense and hadn't said any Chiefs, and the Chiefs went 15-1 and won the last 2 Super Bowls. I think they felt pressure to put
they
some
had to put
Chiefs on.
somebody? They had to put somebody on there.
That's what I think, bro, because there was going to be none of them on the first team offense.
That's crazy.
And there's action. There could be legit none of them. It's cool. They could still be tough. And nobody's on first team. Oh, anyway, they put these dudes on here. That's what I think they were saving face. Left guard, Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, center, Kansas City. Right guard, Quinn Miners,
Damn,
Denver.
back-to-back teams that
AFC
that you
West.
have to stomach saying something nice about these guys.
Oh my God, yeah. AFC West.
Um,
The Donks.
hmm. I can honestly sit here and say that for the Donkeys, their line has improved from earlier in the year when I seen them play the Steelers game. They were god awful. And then they shaped it up in the mid-season. I can give them that.
They got that one big tackle. He'd be holding and shit too, McClinch, something like that. This guy right here is solid though, and Denver ran the ball fairly well, if I'm not mistaken, and they
Yeah.
protected young Knicks fairly well. You know,
Didn't protect them yesterday.
I guess if they say Quinn Miners, I ain't gonna argue. Right tackle. You got anything else to say about Quinn Miners?
No, sir.
Right tackle, Penei Sewell. I remember when he got drafted. I knew he was gonna be a good one. Detroit Lions.
That's a hell of a pick.
Detroit Lions, number one seed in the NFC. Didn't have anybody on the list either on the first team. Penei Sewell, however, does deserve it. He's a great tackle. But, they felt pressure, I think, to get a Lion player on the first team.
Mm.
So there you have it. Lamar, Saquon, Ricard, Bowers, Chase, Jefferson, St. Brown, Wirfs, Thuney, Humphrey, Miners, Sewell. First team, all pro for 2024 offense. So,
That's a solid first game.
anybody that likes football, that right there is not easy to do.
No, it's not.
Defense, right off, one of my favorite players. So they got the edge rushers first. You want to go defense? You want to do defense?
And if you can stomach, and I'll have to stomach doing these first two players. It's the Miles
Yeah, if I
Garrett.
had to do that, right? Yeah.
It's all good. Hey, we professionals though. But
Pro.
To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna hate on this one though. This one is kind of really not, excuse me, not kind of. This one is well deserved. Mr. Miles Garrett.
Thanos.
You played consistent the whole season. I'm not gonna lie to you. You was getting yours. I don't know about the other school, but you was getting yours, bro. Man, is this a second? Oh, bro, what's this? Miles
Or third. Or third. No. Second or third.
could possibly be the defensive player again.
That guy next to him.
Mr. TJ? Oh no, what's his name?
If you saying what I'm saying.
Hickerson.
Yeah.
I thought his name was TJ. My bad.
Trey. Yeah, Trey.
Hickerson. Oh, Trey.
Hendrickson.
This is Miles' fourth all team. Congratulations.
Oh, it's his fourth. I thought
This
third.
is fourth. Wow. What else can you say? Mr. Trey Hickerson, O State's finest. Cincinnati Bengals led the league in sacks. I believe this is probably his first one too, Ragu.
Might be, man. 17 and a half sacks this year led the league.
And he's a very disruptive player to Hickerson. Well deserved. First one. This is his first one.
First one.
Most definitely.
Shout out to him then, man. Good.
And he got a defense. He got a Deacon Jones award too. So most definitely.
Great year by him. 125 tackles for loss. I mean yards lost. 125 yards lost on his sacks. So
no problem. Trey being on there.
Fantastic season.
Fantastic season. Mr. Hayward. Okay, our little Ironhead is on the list.
Still making all pro teams, bro. He heard us talking about.
He did.
What did we say his status was? It's gonna be.
I'll say he could be one of those.
It's gonna be close,
but it won't be no kind of excitement type of deal.
He just put up another first team all pro.
He did, though. He definitely saw from a burner what we said or what I said, at least. He's like, I'll show you better than I could tell you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. Shout out to Mr. Hayward. I got it. I can't keep hating on this.
Little Ironhead still getting it done.
He still got something in the tank, too, man. He good. Do you think this one is deserved? Mr. Chris Jones, who missed games this year.
He did.
Yes. Chris Jones. So y'all mean to tell me that y'all didn't have no one else to put? Because he didn't play Christmas. He was on the sideline when they played the Steelers.
He didn't play at all.
He didn't play at all. Isn't that what this is about? Like being consistent and no one,
Being available,
yeah, availability is the best ability, right?
without a doubt.
So let's look at some.
Where is he at?
How is he even on the first team of anything and he's not even leading the league in nothing?
I'm trying to find him on the sack list. Honestly,
I don't
that's what I'm
see
trying
him
to
on
do.
the sack list or the tackles list. Ragu.
Chris Jones. He had 5 sacks.
5 sacks.
Is this one of those?
You had to put a Kansas City person on there. You played 15 games. Yeah, you missed 2 games, man. 5 sacks.
Is this one of those name ones? Got it on name.
Gotta be.
There wasn't a better defensive tackle. We'll see.
I'm sorry.
I actually feel like this was.
This was one of them ones where the name Chiefs got the best record, like you said, with the offensive lineman. You only got one forced fumble, man.
They were
19
finding themselves
fumbles.
not putting any Chiefs on. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. You could have
I
put
think this was one of that too. His name, and they was not. They didn't have any Chiefs on the first team defense. A team that's 15-1. Um,
so
that people will say, "Well, who else then?" Especially Chiefs fans will say that. We'll get to that. I'm gonna get to that when we go to second team. We could go linebackers here. That's crazy. Somebody more deserving than him.
who's that? Zach
Zach Bond. So yeah, that's definitely the first time for him. And you know what, man? He gets after it. He gets after it. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on, bro. Does Zach even get over 100 tackles?
Uh, Let me see.
Yeah, he got 150. He did.
Yeah,
But why they keep disrespecting Zaire Franklin though?
recording.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is
Who? I know. All right, I hit you. Yeah, bro. He had 150. So
he had 150, but there's way more people you could have put up there above him. Zaire Franklin. Robert Spillane had 158 tackles. It's I'm just looking at like what more productive did you guys do besides tackle? Because Zach, all he could do is tackle. He didn't really have an effect of a coverage game like that. You know what I mean?
three and a
Hell
half
of a tackling.
sacks.
Yeah, hell of a tackling, but he wasn't productive in the defense like Zaire was, who can actually cover a receiver and a tight end. You know what I mean? It ain't like
Yeah.
he's the guy next to him. It's Fred Warner who's just his own hawk in everything he does.
This might be a Philly is good. Let's put a Philly guy in here.
It's gotta be. This gotta be. This is crazy.
Caps 3.5 sacks.
This is crazy
He
work.
got 93 solos, but so does Zaire. So does Zaire Franklin.
Mhm.
Zaire Franklin could have easily been first team
Exactly.
all pro from what I'm looking at here. Unless I'm tripping.
No, not true. He led the whole damn league inside.
In tackles with
I mean,
173.
yeah, tackles, my bad. That's what I'm saying.
173 total.
173 total, my guy.
And they
And
put in
on top of that,
Zach Braun.
put Zach in. Overs are here. And this is the second year that I think my guy led the league in tackles and he's not on the whole team. It's mad.
You know what else?
Is this a tall
He
situation?
had more tackles than Warner and Roquan Smith, which are the next. There's three first team backers.
Is this a tall thing?
Zaire Franklin had more tackles than all of them.
Exactly. So what's really going on here with the defensive side?
And he had 3.5 sacks, which is the same as Bond,
Mm-hmm.
except he tacked on 2 picks. Bond only had 1 pick. Yeah,
this is nasty work.
Zaire Franklin has a case on this one, man, for saying I should be first team. Even Robert Spillane has 2 picks.
Thank you. Robert Spillane got 2 picks
And 158
plus 158, and he could cover.
He
That's what
got
I'm
two
saying.
sacks.
What are these guys looking at when they pick these off team pros? You
I don't
can be
know.
watching the game.
Spillane got more tackles than Roquan
Exactly.
and more sacks. Wow. Let's get right over him. You kept it?
Spillane is top 3 in tackles right now. Come on, what are we talking about here? Then
that Spillane could have been first team. We're gonna continue. All right. Hey.
Jimmy Sherwood. He tied with Jimmy Sherwood. Sherwood a better linebacker than Roquan. And how's he not mentioned?
We'll see.
We have all these linebackers here. All I'm saying is that this is pretty much the second year somebody was snatched Zaire Franklin from an all-team pro or a Pro Bowl. And he led the league back-to-back years. Like, what are we talking about here? What's really going on here? We even get a Pro Bowl. They put him on the second team All-Pro, though.
Yeah, I see.
We can move on.
But okay, yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. You had everything on the offensive, right? Well, what's happened to the defense, y'all? Y'all just said we'll just pick certain players. I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they hit everything right on the offense, but it's like, okay, defense. Let's see here. You got, like I said, the next two guys. I take nothing from them. They can pretty much play that middle linebacker like there's no tomorrow. I give them that.
Yeah.
You know, Fred Warner's his own hawk. I give him that. Raekwon is a great general. Honestly, like I said, I have no argument with these two because they can really impact their defense. But
Yeah.
Zach, he's a tackling machine. He could barely guard a tight end. Well, like, why is he? No, like I said, I ain't gonna keep asking him. It's just whatever. It's like, come on, man. Like I said, Zach got 150. He could tackle. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, come on, man. He's not an impactful player like these guys right here. Just my honest opinion.
I'm there with you.
Mm. That kind of made me mad a little bit. I ain't gonna tell you. You have no concerns about Warner and Roquan?
I'm not gonna say nothing about Roquan, man. Roquan is
Roquan.
Roquan. Somebody could have been put over Roquan, but I'm not gonna say take Roquan Smith off the All Pro list. So Warner, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's a little bit of name
Yeah.
in there, a little
I feel
bit of
like it's
what
a
they've been doing. You feel me? Because they didn't really play that. I ain't gonna say he don't deserve it, but I feel like it might be a little bit of name in there this year
Yeah. That's all
for
that
Warner.
is.
Yeah,
That's all that is.
yeah, for real. That's how he balled. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I was already down there to the other ones, the next position. That's why I was taking so long.
Are you
Yeah,
good?
I don't say nothing about Roquan, man. And Warner, a little bit of name, and Bond. That should be Zaire Franklin. Sorry.
So they got PS2. Hmm. That's pretty interesting, though. That is interesting. That is interesting.
What?
Is this another name deal? Patrick Surtain too? Is this a name thing?
Uh, you got all I'm thinking about is the 99 yarder against us, bro. It's so shit. I mean, this guy is the definition of lockdown corner.
Most definitely.
We're not gonna kid ourselves about that. But you're saying the year wasn't.
It's I
What are you
guess
saying?
this is one of these ones where the numbers are okay, but what did we say last episode about the rookie corners? No one's scoring on him like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna say you could probably put you could have put never mind. I don't have nobody you could have put over there. That's a nice little
Not over him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, not over him. But Byron Murphy is a shutdown corner too from the Vikings. He kind of has a little argument too. But, I don't know.
Put it up.
Patrick Surtain too. Yeah, I guess.
I got, you know, I got nothing to say about Centurion, man. Sorry.
No, you good.
Took back a 99 yard. Really, to me,
Mm-hmm.
turned our whole season from that play. And there's some Raider fans that will agree with me, I bet you. From that play, man, our season went into the tournament. That 99-yard pick six.
That bad.
Yeah, just one of those things, man. It just turned, it snowballed into a 10-game
Damn.
losing streak after that, bro. I believe we had just beat Cleveland before that game. And that pass that got intercepted and Surtain took that thing to the house, 99. We didn't win a game for over 2 months after that.
We could put a damper on. Put a damper on y'all suit. Wow.
Had the pleasure of seeing this Next young man played yesterday. Actually, I'm sorry, Saturday.
Now, this young kid right here is going to be special. This guy could be one of them lockdown corners we just talked about too, Ragu.
No, he already is. He is. You don't want to be messing with this dude. You take your shit to the crib. He'll go the other way with your shit. I'm
Yes, he
telling
will.
you.
Yes, he will.
Um,
He physical too. That's
I
that's
was
what I
gonna
like
say,
about him.
but and without being grabby, he he attacks the football.
Right.
He plays good cornerback. Derek Stingley Jr., ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, had the pleasure of watching him play this week against the Chargers.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
they, you know, they called a PI on him in the end zone. And they, I believe, goal line stood them. Other than that, they got nothing on this guy, man. They got nothing.
I look forward to this kid having a hell of a game next week against the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
I don't look for you to be
And
a
he's going to need
hero.
to.
He's gonna have to. He's got his hands full with Worthy or Hopkins. He's gonna have his hands full next week. So I'm gonna pray for you, kid. I hope that you can stand up to this first All Team Pro. Your name. So I look forward to it.
Yes, he is going to have his hands full. Yes, he is going to have his hands full.
Sir. Marvin Humphrey.
I believe, Coop, Wiggins allowed them to move Marlin down inside and change their season.
You are indeed right. I was wondering when you was gonna catch on to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Once again, another guy who probably saw with a burner phone, probably saw what I said and had a hell of a game Saturday. I don't know why you picked Saturday to have a great game, Mr. Wiggins, so F you. But,
You heard that little flick,
yeah,
Paul, man.
he heard the little slick shit I was
You
saying. But
heard the
Mr.
little
Humphreys is
slick talk,
definitely
brother.
he's a difference maker, man. Mr. Marlon Humphreys is a difference.
He for sure is. Yeah.
And
Especially right there at the slot, at the where you get to remember.
slot, and he can
Remember, I
play
was just
safety.
listening to the show. So
Yeah.
remember, I said I don't like. Who was we saying? He was like, we put him at the nickel, and I was like, I don't like the little dudes down there. Was it Quinyon we was talking about putting at the nickel?
Quayan or
And I was like, you put
Wiggins. It was either Wiggins or Quayan. It was one of them.
yeah. And I said I don't like putting them,
You know, I think guys
smaller
down
guys down there. Go with a big nickel, a safety down there. I was just listening to us, but
there.
this dude is aggressive, doesn't mind, taking on some blockers, pause, making contact in the backfield, sticking his nose in there against the run. So, and then he can cover. We already knew Marlon Humphreys could cover.
He cover.
So change their defense, man. They got 14 back here. Didn't make first team, I see.
Yeah.
But they got, yeah, there he is. They got it, they got a good defense, man. So that's Roquan.
Humphrey.
Yeah. First team. Defense. Same team.
Incredible.
Shout out to them dudes. And they both deserve it.
Yeah.
Not going to, like I said, not going to say take Roquan off. But yeah, Marlon Humphrey, the third corner, the slot corner, right? Is that what you're looking at? Is that what it says?
Mm-hmm. Slot corner. Who else we got?
All right.
We got the safety from Detroit, Kerry Joseph.
It's Kirby Joseph. Now, I
Oh,
ain't gonna
Kirby, my
lie.
bad. Kirby.
On this one, I feel like they didn't have no Lions on here. And it was like, don't get me wrong, dude is nice. But I think I saw Buda Baker as second in the league in tackles.
I was just about to say,
Right?
the Buddha,
164 tackles, bro.
the Buddha could have been on here.
This dude got 80 something. Cool.
Exactly.
How? How do we arrive?
But
Man, am I tripping?
no, you're not, because Mr. Kirby has 9 interceptions, leading the league in interceptions this year.
Oh, all right. All right. Tell me something, then, man. Tell me something. Tell me something.
He's a ball hawk safety.
Tell me something, Dan.
He has 9 picks.
That's why he's where he's at.
That's why he's where he is.
Well,
You said you
Mr.
said
Joseph,
80
forgive me.
tackles. You said how many?
I
How many
wasn't
tackles?
familiar with your game.
82 tackles, you said?
83.
83.
Mr. Joseph,
And 58 solos?
if you forgive me, man, I wasn't familiar with your game, sir. All right. Tell me something. Shit. The
Nine,
mother got 9 picks.
9 picks and a defensive touchdown. Oh my God. Played all
That's
17
why he's first
games.
team.
Wow. 58 solos? I don't know, Ragu. Yeah. You may want to apologize one more time.
Like I said, Mr. Joseph, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game, sir.
It's all good, man. He's like,
I got no problem with doing it, cool. Doing that shit. Shit. I was not familiar. Shit. Excuse me. Guess what his partner over here, the other first team safety, how many picks he had?
yes, 8. He's second in the league with 8 picks.
These blues back here hawking shit.
Ain't they though? That's man, listen. And let me see what else he has. 85 tackles,
Wow.
58 solos. Wow.
58 and 60 solos.
Wow. Mm.
Marlon Humphrey had 6 picks.
Yes, he did. He's tied
Just
for
as a
third.
just as a by the way, down there at the nickel.
That is crazy. But you gotta also too remember, Ragu, he didn't play nickel all season. Because
Right.
when Hamilton was out, they put him at safety. That's what I'm saying. Marlon can play safety and corner. I don't know no other defensive player that's doing it at safety and corner. They was moving Mr. Humphrey around. Because
You
when
got
Kyle
half a
Hamilton was
sack.
out those, because when Kyle Hamilton was out them games, you had Marlon at the safety. That's what I'm saying. The Ravens is smart.
Wow.
Ravens is smart. They can move those boys around. So Mr. Xavier, Mr. Xavier is a good shutdown safety. So I have no issue with that.
Ball hawk. Shit, he had 8 picks.
So Kirby and Xavier are the
He had 8 picks, man. I'm done. He
that's
had
nothing
me
we
at
can
8
say
picks.
about
Yeah.
ain't nothing we can say about that, my guy. That's brilliance. Brilliance, man.
It is. Great season. Got to put those guys on all pro league. 8 and 9 picks.
8 and 9 picks, man.
Now I see why Buddha didn't make first 10. But okay.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, Buddha had the numbers though.
No, and he's there, I'm sure. I haven't even looked, but he's there, I'm sure. Second team or something.
So that was our first all-team pro.
Let's run through these teamers.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Steeler.
Who's
Another
that?
Steeler, yeah.
Who's that?
Boz, kicker. Chris Boswell.
Mr. Boswell. He had to be on there somewhere.
Punter is Jack Fox from Detroit. Uh, Punt returner, Marvin Mims Jr.
For the
Donkeys.
Ravens. Oh, Mims Jr. from the Broncos.
Then just as a special teamer, they have Brendan Schooler, New England. Definitely gonna spend a lot of time talking about that.
Mm-mm.
And the long snapper was Andrew D. Paola, Minnesota. How do you go about being a first team All Pro long snapper? You put it like right in the chest all the whole season. You snap it.
They uh they just felt sorry for the Patriots and put somebody on them.
Probably so. That's when the team doesn't have any hope of having anyone on there.
Hmm.
Well, in that case, they would have put us too, though. Who he could have had a guy anyway.
Wait, you
All
said
right.
y'all could have had a guy?
I mean, we'll see if we got a guy or not. I haven't even looked.
Y'all don't, but here's the thing, y'all got the guy on.
But oh yeah, we did. That's right.
Yeah,
You're right.
y'all
We do
have
have a
the
guy.
guy.
My bad. I forgot about Bowers. First team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what they do when Minnesota's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have anyone on there. They're like, all right, let's put their long snapper on there at least. I forgot. I glossed, kind of like glanced over this one guy. I want to say something about this dude.
Mm-hmm.
The kick returner, all pro first team, Cavante Turpin.
Wow.
This kid, and well, I got a little bit of some stats in front of me, so I'm gonna pull up the yards from scrimmage list. He he isn't on that first page of guys. You see where he comes in at. I feel like I missed him already. Oh yeah, I had to miss him. Um, I just feel like it's worth mentioning with the young dude.
Turpin.
Yeah,
Didn't he save a few Cowboy games too with the kickoff return?
well, nah, you know what? It's not yards from scrimmage, bro. It is all-purpose yards, is what it is. That's why I was messing up. All right, there he is. Eighth in the league in all-purpose yards, 1,600. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's the only guy that has. So on the list, they'll have four categories of touching the rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rushing, receiving, kick return, punt return. I believe, I didn't go all the way through the list extensively, but he's the only guy which has logged something in every category. You understand? He's eighth in all-purpose yardage, but that's because he's behind guys like Saquon and Henry and Jamar Chase,
Right.
guys that did big in that one category, right? And then
Exactly.
added a little bit in another one for only two categories. You understand what I'm saying? This dude don't start anything,
Nothing.
right? And right behind Josh Jacobs, about 68 yards behind Josh Jacobs total. This dude had 92 rushing yards, 420 receiving yards, 904 kick returns, 187 punt return yards, bro. Only guy in the league. I'll go down the list. They got Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims, who's also on the list, has numbers in all four categories as well. The only two guys in the league. Mims had 1,147. Herpin 1,600, bro. So shout out to that dude. That's some football shit right there.
That's some real football, brother.
In the pros. So,
wow.
Yeah, man. Dude can play some foot. I guarantee you, he was the shit in high school.
Track and all that shit.
Bro, he was a Hey, shout out to another guy. There's one other guy. This is surprising.
Who's that? Who
didn't quite get 1,000 yards. He missed that last game where he would have got 1,000. Raider fans. Amir Abdullah.
Really?
Only third other guy in the league. And AP has spoke on him doing all of this stuff. He's got touches in all four too, man. He's got rushing, 311, receiving, 261, 296 in kick return, 91 in punt. And he missed the last game. He came up with 959 yards. So he almost had 1,000 himself. 10-year veteran. These dudes are ballers, man. You the shit if you could do that.
Most definitely. So
in the league,
be some possible fantasy targets next year.
Man, Turpin is definitely somebody that might craftily win you a championship.
One of them close games to where, bam, he gonna score 20.
But okay, yeah, I don't want to take up too much time on old Cowboy dude, but
that is some.
I had saw that earlier in the year, and I thought that was something that needed to be
addressed.
Yeah, remarked upon, because that ain't stock, bro. That's shit, man. Give that dude all the credit in the world. He's a baller.
Free Devontae Turpin.
But we had said all, so we could go secretary. I'm ready for you.
All right, you got the who's all on the second team?
I got it.
Okay.
I got QB right here. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
About Joe, right? And I told you what it is, Coop. It's record, right?
That's the records. That's all.
So, this guy's record, it was good. Right? 14-2.
I have no issue with Josh Allen being on there.
Second team all pro, me either.
Yeah. Like you said, I had to give it to the second MVP runner. That should let you know something right there.
I mean, that should be how it goes to me. And you know what I said? That vote is supposed to be in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be not a postseason award, right?
Exactly.
But I said they plan for it this weekend. Whoever
That's
wins,
what I said too. Yes.
Yeah, whoever wins, they're gonna give it to him. Got no problems with Josh. Big time player. Makes the difference out there.
Most definitely.
Buffalo is definitely defendable, beatable. Without him. You understand what I'm saying? If they didn't, what he does, what he brings to the table, it makes them what they are. It makes them what they are, man. They would just be a team that really defends really well and plays pretty good on offense if it wasn't for him. He's the difference. I got no problems with Josh
Not at all.
Allen.
Not at all.
And I will speak on some irony, though, and that is that he and Lamar was the two. They were, those five quarterbacks, right? If I'm not mistaken, Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen, Allen, and Jackson,
Was
right?
the same knucklehead people who were saying those guys were
We're
better.
better than that.
How do y'all feel about that? Now, I wonder if you guys still even writing or
Yeah, they
speaking
are.
anywhere.
Yeah, they still do. They went on with their job like nothing. They went on with their job as if they still were the experts that people thought they were.
Yes.
That's the thing they get to do. They get to be bogus and then just come right back. Most of them said Lamar should play receiver.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, these was the Lamar should play receiver guys anyway.
He's gonna play receiver. He's too dumb to do this. He's too dumb to do that. Look at him now.
But anyway, we got no problem with Josh.
Nah, I have no problem with Josh.
Running back, it's Derrick Henry. He had 1,921 yards. Saquon had 2,005. They led the league. The next guy, Bijan Robinson, was like 500 yards away from Derrick. So those two were by far the best two running backs this year. Shout out to me and Coop. We both had those guys on our fantasy team.
We did. That's
so
still
yeah,
kind of weird seeing Henry second all team pro.
Yeah, monster year by Saquon. And remember, fullbacks. So Derrick Henry, second team, All Pro.
Yep.
Running back, tailback, fullback. Remember, a lot of teams don't have them, like we said. So they went with Kyle Juszczyk.
Of course,
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, he's probably
fullback.
Last of the dying breed.
Yeah. Tight end, second team, All Pro, George Kittle, San Francisco. I like Trey McBride. I think Trey McBride should be right here.
Oh, I was just about to say Trey.
Yeah. Sorry, man. This was that name stuff here, man.
Could you read me his numbers? Oh, you said it's a name,
Kittle.
right?
Kittle?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
I guess he's somewhere on the, near the top of the list and catches, I would hope. Let's see.
Yeah, but he was really a dog like that?
78 catches, 1,106 yards. He had 8 touchdowns.
Okay.
He did have 8 TDs to McBride's 2. McBride had 111 catches, though, for 1,146 yards. And see, that's the thing. Let me see.
But he's also a blocking tight end, though. I think, like I said, Ragu, these guys got to go numbers.
So McBride only had 40 more yards, Coop, on those.
Now, see,
33 more receptions.
I see they looking at the damn numbers.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all they're looking at.
He only had 40 more yards. He had 33 more catches. Kittle's 33 more catches. You got to think it's going to have 1,500 down there. So, all right. All right, Kittle.
Yeah, guess you could have that one.
That was a close one, but the 8 touchdowns and the fact that he's averaging let me see, George is averaging 14 yards a catch, and Trey was averaging 10 yards a catch. So all right, George. So now I was looking at some other shit when we was talking about who leads the league in touchdowns, and I saw this guy. So this is very deserving. Uh, Second all team wide receiver, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
CD Lamb, AJ Brown. So Terry McLaurin, let's get to him first.
yeah,
Second in the league, man, 13 touchdowns, man.
crazy.
82 receptions, 1096, 13 touchdowns, brother.
Why they call him Scaredy Terry.
CD. Yeah, that's great. That's calling him Scary Terry, man. And he showed it a little last night too in the playoff game. So CD goes over a buck, 100 catches, 101, 1194, 6 tugs. Uh, you know who this could have been? I ain't gonna lie to you.
Could have been a rookie from Jacksonville for real.
It could have been Malik too.
Malik, rookie from Jacksonville. You could arguably put Drake London in there too. And these guys didn't miss no games.
Hey, bro, with 10 touchdowns, you could put Brian Thomas Jr. in there.
Exactly. So
So
yeah.
honestly, cool. Cool.
And I'm not being biased because he's a Cowboy.
Cool.
Like I said, I hate the Cowboys, I hate the fan base, I hate everything about them. But I'm just speaking reality here of three possible guys you could have put before CD Lamb. And CD missed some time.
Bro, hold on though.
Mm-hmm.
There's even further argument because AJ Brown made it.
And how many games did he miss?
I can't even get there in my mind because all I'm thinking, bro, is
This is a name
this should have been
Malik.
second team All Pro. This should have been Terry McLaurin and 2 rooks.
Exactly.
Both of them from LSU.
Exactly.
That's what this should have been. Brian
They didn't
Thomas
want
got
to,
10
they didn't want
touchdowns. He got 87 receptions for 1282 with 10 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors has 109 catches, 1100. No, I'm sorry, 1,204 yards and 7 touchdowns.
more yards than CD Lamb.
Oh, they could have been. This should have been McLaurin, Neighbors, Thomas Jr. I guess they didn't want to put too many rookies.
That's crazy, bro. You missed
Bro,
two
the rookie
games.
should have been first team All Pro.
Yeah, you
I'm
missed
sorry.
2 games this year.
There's nothing you can tell me.
And AJ missed 5 games.
There's nothing you can tell me. I don't want to hear it.
CD missed 2 and AJ missed 5. What
There's
are we
nothing you can
really
tell me.
talking about here?
There's nothing you can tell me. I don't want to hear it. Anybody, I challenge you. Go look at the numbers and tell me that Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. shouldn't have made second team All League,
Exactly.
second team All Pro, wide receiver over whoever you want to put in there.
Exactly.
CD, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Smith and Jigma, DJ Moore, whoever you want to put.
Yeah.
They was better than them.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Lad McConkey could have went. I had it. Let me stop. Uh,
There's a whole bunch of them we could have put.
left tackle. It is left tackle. Jordan Mailata, Philly. Left guard, Big Q from Indy. Center, Frank Ragnow from Detroit. Uh, right guard, Chris Lindstrom from the Falcons. And then Lane Johnson. So the two tackles are Eagles.
Hmm.
What you think about that? You good with that?
That don't sound like a bad offensive line, especially for the second all team, bro.
Yeah. I ain't mad at that either. Worse than Sewell. Yeah, man. I'm not mad at that, bro. Ragnow, Lindstrom, Q. That's probably Q's always on either first or second team if he plays a whole year, right?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. So definitely an argument there.
So Lane, that is a good, solid second team.
That's
All
a
right, man.
good solid offensive line, don't it?
It did, bro.
That just sounds like a. I ain't
They
gonna
would
lie. It sounds
block
like
it up.
that could have been a first team.
I
It sounds
almost
like that
said
could have
it
been
was, and
a
I had to go
first
back and look.
team.
That's why I went back and looked.
I'm like, oh no, nah.
Right.
Second team
That's
was like they could win in the offensive side.
Man, that's why I went back and looked, bro. But worse and those guys are like, screw that. No, they wouldn't. And Penny Sewell, worse.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the guy from Denver.
Yeah.
But they got them two Chiefs on there. Yeah, hey, yeah, bro. I like
I like the second dog team, bro.
me too. Me too.
I
I like the second team
like
a lot.
Lane Johnson. I was like, oh, okay.
I like the two Eagles better than the two Chiefs.
Me too. Any day of the week, my brother. That's crazy, man.
All right, man. We're gonna go to second team defense.
All right.
Somebody familiar, bro, right here.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard of him. Where one goes, the other usually follows. So Miles Garrett made first team. So that must mean who made second team?
EJ.
Yes, sir. Starting off from the edge, TJ Watt, Pittsburgh, second team, edge rusher. This guy I knew was going to be on one of these all-pro teams because playing against Denver a couple times, I noticed this dude was a problem. Had a great year, second in the league in sacks, as a matter of fact.
Who?
Nick Bonito
Oh,
from the Donkeys, number 15. Yeah, bro.
Bonito. Yeah, shout out to you, Nick Bonito.
Dude gets after the quarterback, man. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going
He
to
was
lie to you,
on the
man.
team a couple times.
I ain't going to lie to you, man. And then a little bit of a surprise, Andrew Van Ginkel.
Really?
Jumps up, and this guy was a free agent, I believe the year before last, and now makes a first team All Pro. Second team. My bad. Makes a second team All Pro. Let me see. Let me check his numbers. He must have had a nice sack total. Had to have a decent sack total, right?
I think so. He was somebody I just never looked up the numbers. Let me look that real quick. See what we got.
Van Ginkel, 11 and a half sacks.
It's not bad though.
But
once again, Van Ginkel is on the defense to where he's making an impact.
check this out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that you got that, Mar. And this dude's got 79 tackles. So these dudes with these sack masters, right?
Yeah.
They tackles are in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
This dude got 11.5 sacks and 80 tackles.
50
So
solos too.
yeah. So all right.
Plus two
He out there getting
interceptions.
after it. I ain't gonna lie.
Plus two interceptions and two defensive touchdowns. Yeah.
Man, he out there getting after it. He had a great year.
So why isn't Van Greek? Never mind. I ain't gonna go there.
Why you ain't first?
I ain't gonna go there. Let's just say once again, second team
See,
looking better
I
than
gotta go back to the first team. Bond? All right.
what's really going on here? It,
I don't know, bro.
this is a lot to
Do they watch?
no, they don't.
I mean, they got him on the second team.
The real question is, are they watching the games or are they watching numbers?
Oh, no,
That is the real question.
So edges. First team edge was who? Miles Hendrickson. They only had two. Then they had three. Let me see. See, Chris Jones. All right. Anyway, bro, we moving on, right? Interior O line. Well, I jumped the gun. Zach Allen, sleeper.
Zach Allen, another
I'm not mad at this.
from the Donkeys.
Yeah, I saw quite a bit of him. Pause.
Wasn't gonna take it there, but Zach Allen is solid defensive end.
AD tackle.
Oh, tackle.
His interior, yeah, solid man. It had he had some sacks too down inside.
He did.
Let me see. You see it? How many? Yeah, right there. 8.5. He had 8.5 sacks at the D tackle. And then, as we talked about earlier, the next guy I felt could have been first team instead of Chris Jones, and that's Jalen Carter.
Do you realize he's the only defensive tackle to really have 5 sacks and one?
Or should we have Zach Allen first team instead of
I was
Chris Jones?
about to say Zach has a solid argument over Chris Jones because he's the only defensive tackle on this list.
All right, so Zach Allen,
Mm-hmm.
right? What's his numbers? 61 tackles.
Right. Yeah, other than that, these are all D ends. Never mind.
Chris Jones only had 37 tackles and 5 sacks.
Here's something interesting, Ragu. Zach Sealer from the Miami Dolphins. Not only does he have an interception, forced fumble, he has 10 sacks. Well, he only has 55 tackles. Yeah, besides
What position does he play?
defensive tackle.
What? He got 10 sacks.
10 sacks, bro. So besides him and Allen, they above Chris Jones.
Yeah, yeah. Jones got it on name for sure. Show his name. That was name.
We'll say Dexter Lawrence, but he got hurt, so
So anyway, they could have put Zach first team instead of Chris Jones. They could have. Siler's not even on second team. So
that's crazy.
Anyway, let's move on. Linebackers. Frankie Louvo, Washington, and Bobby Wagner, Washington. So they got these dudes play side by side in a base defense, and they are second team All Pro. And I ain't mad
No.
because I seen them play. Zaire is the
Bobby
third team
Wagner is
guy,
like I say, he'll forever be a general wherever he goes, man.
and he's a quit tomorrow, right? We got
Nope.
him as a quit tomorrow
Oh, quit tomorrow, be in the Hall of Fame.
in Hall of Fame, right?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And then Zaire here, the league's leader in tackles. I just saw the Bears requested to interview this dude, Adam Stenovich, that's a trip. I feel like I'm the only other person that mentioned him. It's on Twitter. I'll find it. I can prove it. Adam Stenovich is the old core in Green Bay.
He's a Matt LaFleur guy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, man. And I felt like, somebody should be tapping in with him. And the Bears just did. The Bears just requested to interview him. Anyway.
For the head coach.
So Louvo. Say again?
For the head coaching job?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
So Louvo, Wagner, Franklin. Problems?
Nope.
Yeah, that's a clean second team. Makes me go back.
I ain't gonna lie. It looks like the second team is looking like the best defense, though.
Oh no, huh? Well, how is that?
It's looking like
Let me see the corners.
It might
McDuffie,
come to save
Christian Gonzalez. They put Derwin James at the slot corner, and then they go Kyle Hamilton, Buda Baker. Hey, yeah, this defense.
Oh hell, dog! Second All Pro defense is way better than first. Derwin James, Buda Baker.
They put Derwin at the slot corner.
Wow.
Is that what he? What?
I thought Derwin was a safety.
Me too. One of the better ones. This team, this defense. I'd rather play against the first guys.
Yeah, than the second one.
I'm sorry. Even with Miles. Wow. Even with Miles, man. These dudes right here for be getting after you.
I know, right? And they're aggressive.
All right, yeah, we didn't even get to the thing, but McDuffie, Gonzalez, James.
They're aggressive, right?
Let me just say this: if I'm New England, and I know no New England fan, and I'm just strictly speaking in football terms, there is the big time corner right at Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm them, man, I got a QB. I'm a defined New England for the future as a lockdown defensive unit. Mm-hmm. And they got this dude, Christian Gonzalez, who was a rookie sensation, right?
Yes, sir.
Last year. And then this year, he is second team All Pro. I'll go get the best corner in this draft. The kid from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Now I got two. I got
two of them.
Yeah. Now, when you come play
once again, the
New England, this is what.
But no one was also scoring on Christian either.
Right. I would go that route, and then get some help for Drake May after that.
Here's the thing, though, Ragu. I would go after the tackle from Michigan because you need help on that line. Like I said, I know I hate talking about the Patriots, but if they're going to be this lockdown defensive sensation unit that you just said, you need to go after that D tackle from Michigan and get you another solid lockdown corner in the second round. What you could steal.
Sometimes the second round corners be better than the first round dudes.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Sometimes.
But like you said, this year they improved it with three good solid cornerbacks have been stolen in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wiggins, Quinion, Terrion.
Yeah.
So I was just saying that was a sidebar. Anyway, get to New England. That was just some being professional and talking draft. F New England. I'm just pro with this, and I think about football and different than some people.
We're just football. That's all.
Slot cornerback Derwin James is crazy work
That
to
is.
me, and it's cheating. It's cheating, is what it is. It's cheating.
They see something we don't.
All right, so safeties: Kyle Hamilton, Buda Baker. No issues for me.
No issues there at all.
Like I said, the second team.
The second team was bad. The second team was bad.
So Joseph and McKinney was out there ball hawking. These dudes gonna come across your head. Pause.
Exactly.
I don't think that was a fault. They gonna knock shit out.
Safety unit on first and second team is crazy. Not gonna lie to you.
The four safeties.
The four safeties is crazy. They can go head to head. Even the damn corners can go head to head. But the linebackers versus 1 and 2, hell. The edges versus 1 and 2, hell. You done messed up.
And then Brandon Aubrey, that dude had a foot, right? He made a couple 60-yarders.
Damn.
So that's worth mentioning.
Man.
Logan Cook, punter, kick returner, Austin Eckler. So Washington got a few guys on the all pro list. Khalif Raymond, punt returner for Detroit. Decent player, good player. I bet you he's got. Let me see. Let me just give him a quick glance over because I don't like.
And just for Washington,
I don't like undervaluing
players on first team and on second.
I don't like undervaluing guys as football players, man.
As they was one of the teams who had 33 new players. It's still crazy to me.
Shit. Damn. They got him as the punt returner. So he was a 3-category guy, right? He had some receiving yards, some kick return yards, and he led the league in punt return yards with 413. Khalif Raymond. So that's another guy. He's a weapon on Detroit. But watch out for him in this playoff run. And then they got a special teamer, JT Gray, and the long snapper from Jacksonville, Ross Mattison. Jacksonville got somebody in.
Yeah, somebody from Jacksonville. Damn, well, could we possibly say that somebody from all 32 teams made it?
I think it is.
Like from Cardinals made it. Somebody from Atlanta made it? Yeah.
Who made it from the Cardinals? Buda.
No, I'm asking, did anybody from Atlanta make it?
Yeah, somebody did. Lindstrom, the right guard, made second team all pro from Atlanta. Who else? What about the Jets?
I don't see nobody from the Jets. So nobody from the Jets that I've seen.
No Jets
from the Titans that I've seen.
No Titans. The corner, right? Uh,
McDuffie. My fault, McDuffie.
oh no, he played for Kansas City. They traded the other
I
dude.
thought McDuffie went to
Nah, the other dude they traded. Went to let's see. So no Titans.
Jerry Sneed. That's the one.
No Texans.
Yeah, single to the safety. First team.
Singletary.
Singletary. Yeah,
I mean,
Singletary with it. So
Stingley.
no
What?
Giants, no Texans.
Derek Stingley. Right? Is
Derek
that his name?
Stingley
Yeah, Derek
Jr.
Stingley Jr. Yeah. All right.
Oh, here's a kicker. No Panthers.
No Panthers.
No Panthers. No
Any
Bears.
Bears?
No Bears.
No Bears.
No Dolphins.
Not one Dolphin.
Not one Dolphin. No Seattle. Did we say any Rams players?
No Rams.
Wow. And they in the playoffs.
They see gonna pick up.
Wow. No Rams. So no Rams.
No Rams.
Chargers.
You going through the divisions in your head,
Any
huh? Yeah.
Chargers going? No Chargers win?
Derwin.
Derwin. Yeah, so Derwin. Okay, Derwin went. Buccaneers.
Worse.
Who?
Tristan Worse.
Oh. So no Rams. No
Any
Seahawks.
Saints?
No Saints. I expected no Saints.
Shouldn't be any Saints.
No Saints at all. Man, but you got people from the Jags and Patriots on here. But no
Only CD from the Cowboys, right?
Cowboys. It's funny, man. That's hilarious, bro.
Uh,
Wow.
and
I will say Bills. Yeah, Josh, of course, Josh made it from the Bills. Jamar from the Bengals, of course. I'm surprised two Steelers is on.
there's a Raider. Yeah. Shout out to Brock.
Shout out to Brock, man.
Yeah, that's it. We named it. Everybody else is represented.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy work, dude.
Yeah, everybody else, I believe, bro, is represented. Let me see. Yeah, I went through all the divisions.
Yeah, but and I just said the teams that I just named. I'm like, who was really balling? Like, you look at the Titans and be like, man, what nobody balling from the Titans.
They weren't. Ridley did all
They
right.
really did
He
all
had some
right.
games. Yeah.
It really did all right. The only number one person that you really had was he got traded, went to Kansas City.
The Kansas City be finessing the league, bro.
Most definitely they do.
Know how they get away with all that crap.
Crazy how somebody from Patriots and Jacksonville made it. Like I said, nobody from
They could have put the Bears long snapper on there, bro.
Oh, you said they put the Bears long snapper on there?
They could have. They could have. They didn't have to put Jacksonville's long snapper. Who'd he pay?
Exactly.
Who'd that guy pay to get put on the first team long snapper? Second team long snapper.
And who's you gonna put on the Jets? You know?
Nobody. Let me see that. So look at all these teamers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, bro. Let me see. Yeah, no, bro. There's a JT Gray from New Orleans. My bad.
Oh, what you on?
He's a special teamer. Hey, and you got Jacksonville effed up. They got the punter too. They got two people on the team.
Wow.
The long snapper and the punter.
And the punter.
So you teams that don't have one, you should really full of shame. Jacksonville has two.
Looking like, oh, the long snapper from Jacksonville made it. Oh,
He's a cold long snap. Right here.
what in the
Every time.
world is this coming to? They're gonna be like, he's a dope long snapper, but hey, he can't help us get no playoffs. But he's a great long snapper.
Man, he iced at the LS.
Yeah, he won't let you down, but that's crazy.
Like spiral coming back there.
Mm-hmm.
Spinning. I could boot the hell out of that thing.
Oh shit, buddy.
The laces are never there when the dude snaps the rock.
Oh, that's crazy.
What's that mean?
I've seen it all, heard it all now, bro.
But that's it, bro. Lamar,
Yes, sir.
Saquon, Ricard, Bowers, Chase, Jefferson, St. Brown, Worth, Thuney, Humphrey, Miners, Sewell. First team All NFL offense. First team All NFL defense. Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Cameron Hayward, Chris Jones. We already talked about all this about should have not been. I'm just going over it. Zach Braun, Fred Warner, Roquan Smith. Corners, Patrick Surtain Jr., the second. Derek Stingley Jr., slot cornerback Marlon Humphrey, safeties Kirby Joseph, Xavier McKinney. Teamers, Boswell, Jack Fox punter, Cavante Turpin kick returner, Marvin Mims Jr. punt returner, Brendan Schooler, New England special teamer, Andrew D. Paiola, Minnesota long snapper, first team defense. Second team offense, All NFL, Josh Allen, quarterback, Derrick Henry, running back, Kyle Juszczyk, fullback, George Kittle, tight end, wide receivers, Scary Terry McLaurin, CD Lamb, AJ Brown. Not going to go into it again. If you listen to the show, you know what we think about that. Left tackle, Jordan Mailata. Left guard, Big Q Nelson. Center, Frank Ragnow. Detroit, right guard, Chris Lynch from Atlanta. Right tackle, Lane Johnson, Philly. Edge rush. So that's the second team offense, all NFL. Second team defense, all NFL. Edge rushers, TJ Watt, Nick Bonito, Andrew Van Ginkel. Shout out to Andrew Van Ginkel. He had a hell of a year, bro. Interior linemen, Zach Allen, Jalen Carter. Linebackers, Frankie Luvo. Quit tomorrow. You'll be a Hall of Famer. Bobby Wagner. Zaire Franklin. Zaire, you probably should have been first team, bro. We see you. Cornerbacks, Trent McDuffie, KC, Christian Gonzalez, the youngster from England, Derwin James, y'all cheating. He plays safety, but y'all got him at the slot corner. Safeties, Kyle Hamilton, Buda Baker, second team, all defense, NFL.
Defense.
Great players, man. Shout out to all of y'all, dude, on y'all seasons. And shout out to you, my guy, Coop.
Definitely appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy episode, man. What else to say?
2024 regular season in the books. Talk about the playoffs tomorrow on All Grind, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we will. I'll be know what I'll be doing. My controller charged up. So
Ready to go. But
yeah,
appreciate you, brother.
Most definitely, my guy. This has been an epic episode, man. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. My people, head over to the Ragu show, man. Come on, the goal is 5K.
Yeah, look out for me one time. No big deal. You know we love y'all over there, man. Look out for us one big time.
Yes, sir, man. Please share. All the shares help. Likes, comments. We appreciate all the comments too.
Yeah, all the comments. We love it. Even if you don't agree with us. Even if you think our takes are trash.
Listen,
tell us.
I love trolls. I love the trolls. So do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Man, this has been, like I said, the most feared duet Me and Mr. D Raider Ragu and your boy Chef Marv. No lie, I'm that guy, but we are them guys. So we still got more in the chamber. So we love y'all. Appreciate it.
Win, baby, and pick.
Yes, sir.